Okay, this is Classical Conversations, Cycle 3, Week 13 History Sentence. And this week we're going to do Tell Me About the 14th Amendment. All right, so the song kind of starts out with kind of a drum mixed with a maraca kind of beat. So if you want to kind of do this with your hands at the beginning to the music, you're welcome to do that. I probably will just add that for fun. But then it starts with 1868 is the date on this one. So again, just sticking with the hands and the numbers for the dates. So for 1868, we have an 8, which is a 5 and a 3. And then we're going to put these two fingers down, and it becomes a 6, a 5, and a 1. And then just stick those two fingers back up, and it's an 8 again. So you kind of just wave these two fingers up and down like that, 1868. Okay? So for the 14th Amendment, I'm just going to kind of drop this thumb and put this hand down. There I have my 4, and I'm going to point to my teeth. 14th sounds like 14th. So 14th Amendment. Okay, and for amendment, I'm going to pretend that I'm mending something. You would maybe mend a hole in a piece of clothing by sewing it. So I'm going to just pretend I'm sewing something. Okay, so in 1868, the 14th Amendment made all former slaves. So for former, I'm going to point behind me. It's in the past. It's a former, something old. So all former slaves, so I'll cross my two wrists for slaves, because often slaves will be tied up and bound like this at their wrists. So all former slaves, U.S. citizens. So for U.S., like I've done in the past, I'll just put my hand over my heart. If you want to mirror it for the kids so that they're doing the right hand over their heart, you can do that. U.S. citizens. So I'm just going to sit for citizens, okay? So in 1868, the 14th Amendment made all former slaves U.S. citizens and paved the way. So here I'm just paving a path or a road with my hands. Okay, paved the way for the civil rights movement. And for civil rights again, I'm going to do this kind of swivel with my hips. The swivel, the civil rights movement. And if you want to point to the right, I'm going to point to my left so the children will mirror me and point to their right. Okay, so we have the civil rights movement. Okay, because I'm moving and I'm going to point to the right. So I can get in there, the civil rights, and of course I'm moving for movement. So it kind of ties all three of those words into one little motion. All right, so anyhow, so that's the motions. And let me go ahead and try with the song here.
In 1868, the 14th Amendment made all former slaves U.S. citizens and paved the way for the civil rights movement. In 1868, the 14th Amendment made all former slaves U.S. citizens and paved the way for the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement.
Here you go. Hope that helps you all out. Happy New Year.